Hi, I'm Mark Toole with 8020service.com. Today's customer service video of the day is going to be, for those of you watching on Quora, similar to the others. For those of you watching on YouTube, I'm now going to be posting these videos on YouTube as well. This will be the debut video. It's kind of a strange question. And again, for everybody new, I'll pick a question each day, usually from Quora. If you have a customer service question, feel free to post it in the comments here. I may answer it. But today's video is from a question on Quora, kind of a strange question. How do I deal with customer service without dissatisfying the customer through the service? Okay, so this, and again, not gonna give a big intro here for those who haven't seen my videos before. Go to Quora, watch them there, you'll see. I've talked about this for a lot. Different approach to customer service here, and this question kind of exemplifies one of the core problems with conventional customer service, the way it's done, the way it should not be done. The question has, like so many, has an assumption in it. How do I deal with, and it's poorly written. I think it's not somebody with English as their first language, but still. How do I deal with customer service without dissatisfying the customer through the service? Basically, they want to provide good customer service that doesn't dissatisfy their customers. But there's a fundamental problem with this question, and that is, by very definition of customer service, especially in an online business, which for those of you unfamiliar, this is what I generally talk about: information products, physical products, anything sold online. Can work for other brick and mortar type things as well, but mostly I'm talking about online. If the customer has to contact customer service, whether they're angry, whether they're swearing, whether they're making threats, or whether they're really nice and friendly, they're already dissatisfied. You've already made a mistake or a failure in your business. Now, is that a bit of a broad generalization? Yes, but I will defend it. Customer is dissatisfied already because they have to contact customer service. They're more satisfied, obviously, if they just see your product, hear about your product, buy your product, expecting it to meet certain needs, expectations, etc. They get the thing, it meets or exceeds their expectations of it, everything works properly, they don't have any problems, they don't have any questions, they don't realize it's shit and they've been scammed and they want a refund. None of these things happen. They buy it, it's as good as, or ideally better than, what they expected it to be. And they're happy about that. So, in other words, that's a satisfied customer. I talk about customer service, I talk about customer retention, I talk about customer satisfaction, I talk about marketing in connection to this sort of thing as well. Really, it's all the same thing here. That customer will be more satisfied, that customer will therefore be retained much more easily, that customer will be much easier to market or sell additional products, upgraded products, services, affiliate links, anything else to, than the customer who has a problem, the customer who tries to log into the website and it doesn't work, the customer who can't figure out how to do the thing, the customer who asks 47 questions about the refund policy. That's, no matter how friendly or unfriendly that customer is, by the nature of the fact that they have a problem or a question or an issue that they can't solve on their own, in my mind, I see them as being a dissatisfied customer. They are less satisfied than my ideal customer, the customer who buys again and again and again and again, never needs to contact customer service about any problems. Of course, I'm not talking about people who will buy a thing and send you an email, say, hey, Mark, your product is really great. I love this thing. It's even better than I expected. Thanks a lot. That's not a dissatisfied customer, obviously. I'm talking about people that said, hey, Mark, you told me this product would have the following features, and I see some of these but not the other. Where can I find that? Or, your website shit, I don't know how to navigate this thing. Or anything like that. Point is, in the conventional view of customer service, when the customer contacts you with a problem or a question or an issue, that is already a dissatisfied customer. By definition, by my definition at least, which you're watching my video, you're listening to my definition here, that is a dissatisfied customer. So this person's question, how do I deal with customer service without dissatisfying the customer? You don't. They're already dissatisfied, or they wouldn't be talking to you about a customer service problem or question or issue. Now, are there maybe exceptions to this in some cases? Possibly, but most of the things that probably are coming to mind for you right now, well, what about this? Think about it a little more deeply. Think about it the way I just described this thing, and you'll see that is probably a dissatisfied customer, and they're probably contacting you about a thing that you could have, should have, prevented, anticipated, made more clear, whatever. In other words, it's something that it's your fault as a business. Now, how do I deal with customer service without dissatisfying the customer? You don't, as we've said. But that said, no matter how well you do things, no matter how closely you follow the correct way of doing things, the 80-20 principle, which is what I talk about, which is what I help businesses get right, no matter how well you do these things, there will always be some questions. There will always be some problems. There'll always be some one-off thing, or something will actually be wrong. Your website's down. Something didn't get uploaded right. People make mistakes. It's not a big deal. You will have customer service inquiries. And again, those are dissatisfied customers. Even if they're nice about it, even if they're friendly, even if they say, hey, I'm totally satisfied, I just have a question about this, in my definition, that's a dissatisfied customer. You cannot prevent that. You cannot prevent customer dissatisfaction and yet still have the customer need to contact you about customer issues, in my mind. It's not a thing. If they're not dissatisfied, if they are satisfied, then they don't need to contact you. If they need to contact you, they are not satisfied. So what can you do when they contact you about an issue that they're dissatisfied with? Assuming you're doing everything else right. If you're somebody in a conventional business watching this and you just have a toilet pipe dumping customer service complaints into your face all day long and you're swimming through the sewage trying to make sense of it, banging out repetitive replies to the same question 4,000 times a day, this answer isn't for you. You need to fix that stuff first. But assuming you're doing everything right, you will still get questions, you will still have problems and issues that you need to fix for people. So, how do you don't, and again, you cannot make them not be dissatisfied. They're already dissatisfied. All you can do is treat them like an intelligent person, treat them like a valued customer, which they are, and do that by essentially foregoing most of the bullshit that conventional customer service departments, people like to put into place. Instead of that, simply treat them like, have an intelligent human being speak to them, a person who understands the business, understands the products, understands the company, understands what the customers want and expect from the product, and knows how to fix things, or at least get a hold of the people to fix things if there's an issue or a problem. And again, has the authority and the capacity to think and make decisions in relation to their field of expertise, customer service. This doesn't have to be a very expensive person. In fact, some of the best people I've ever worked with for this, that I continue to work with, are very inexpensive by Western standards. People in the Philippines working remotely from their laptops at home, taking care of this stuff for people. It's not about throwing money at a thing. It's not about finding the best people. It's about, yes, it is about avoiding the worst people, which most customer service departments seem to fill themselves with. But beyond that, it's just an approach to business, an approach to thinking about this, an approach to customers, and an approach to customer service that treats customer service as a thing that's there in case it's necessary. It's not a thing that every customer is going to have to go through or experience. It's like an airbag or a seatbelt in your car. It's there in case there's a problem to make sure things don't get worse, and ideally, in the case of customer service, not so much car safety, to fix things, to make the customer satisfied again, whatever that means for your particular business. This is kind of a broad topic. I could go a lot deeper. I do go a lot deeper in a lot of my other posts and things like that on my website, 8020service.com, which I'll link it up here, at least on YouTube. I don't know about Quora. I'll put a link in there. But that's my answer today. As always, if you thought this was interesting, useful, valuable, hit that upvote or thumbs up button, whichever platform you're on. Follow me here, YouTube. I also do these on Quora. I also do written answers sometimes on Quora, so anybody using Quora, follow me there as well. And again, this is going to be the first of many videos going onto YouTube, so if you prefer that, follow me there as well. I'll put that link in the Quora description. If you're watching this on YouTube, you already have it. That's all for today. I'll wrap this up. And again, like I said, I do these videos every weekday on a customer topic, so I will be back tomorrow with another video. And that's all for today.